Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we'll welcome ways to improve your well-being. Then, is your home humdrum? We have winning ways to renew it without renovation. We'll tell you how to time a Roth IRA to take advantage of the lowest tax impact. Plus, hometown help for your health. And sadly, abuse can occur in nursing homes. We'll weigh in on the warning signs.
It's time to get going, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. If you've ever had a kidney stone, you know you don't want another one. And if you've never had one, consider yourself lucky. But you need more than luck to prevent this pain-producing experience. And Pam Kreider is here with steps that you can take to keep kidney stones from forming. Pam is a certified nurse practitioner in senior health and wellness at Metro Health. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
So let's talk about kidney stones. What are they? Why do they occur? What's going on with that?
Right. We'll start first. A kidney stone is actually a hard crystal mineral material that is formed in the kidneys and the urinary tract. There are many types of stones, but calcium is makes up the majority of the kidney stones. Calcium that is not used by your muscles or your bone, they go to the kidney. So a kidney stone is formed when there's a decrease in urine and/or an excessive amount of substance that form a kidney.
Okay.
So a kidney stone can lodge anywhere in the kidney, anywhere in the urinary tract, from the ureters to the bladder. Risk factors can be anywhere from not drinking enough water, which is a big one. Men actually get more kidney stones than women, something they get more than we do. Age actually plays a factor, anywhere between 20 and 70 years of age. Eating a diet that's high in protein, and certain medical conditions such as diabetes and hypertension and even gout, and certain, health conditions, and certain medications such as diuretics increase the risk for getting a kidney stone.
Okay, so how do we know when we have a kidney stone?
Well, if you ever met anybody or know anybody that's ever had one, they will tell you pain is the biggest factor, excruciating pain. Although some people don't have pain, but pain is a big factor. You can have abdominal pain, cramping, you have pain in your lower back, pain on the side, or sometimes you can even have some growing pain. You can also have a fever, you can have some nausea and vomiting, or you can have the sensation that you need to go to the bathroom more often than usual, than you normally go.
Okay, so it sounds like we don't want to have this thing happen. No. So how do we prevent it from happening in the first place?
Sometimes you can't prevent them, but the biggest thing to do is to drink lots of water. Having fluids, and water is the best. Try to drink at least 2 liters a day. Limit your sodium intake to about a teaspoon a day, and that actually includes the sodium that's in your food.
That's hard to do.
It's hard to do, so you got to sometimes read the labels and see. And also talk to your doctor about some of your medications that can increase the calcium forming in your urine.
Okay, so we're going to try to prevent it. Excuse me. We know when we have it, it's nasty.
Yes.
It's a lot of pain. So what is the treatment options? You know, what do you do if you find you have a kidney stone?
Most kidney stones actually pass on their own within 48 hours. The treatment is actually to drink water, and sometimes the pain can be controlled with, over-the-counter Tylenol. But if the stone is too large and it doesn't pass, then you need to go to the hospital or to your doctor. They can order tests, a CT, ultrasound, and depending on the size of the stone and where it's located is where they generally form the treatment plan.
Okay.
I don't want to get into it too much, but there's things called lithotripsy where they can go in and break up the stone and you still pass it.
So if it's too big, they can break it down so the little pieces can get out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, but the biggest thing is prevention. So drink water, talk to your doctor about your diet and your medications, and then you go from there.
All right. That's valuable information. So follow Pam's advice to kick kidney stones to the curb before they make themselves at home and harm your health. My thanks to Pam for joining us today.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216 888-778-7800 or log on to www.metrohealth.org. Next, a refreshing change. But first, we all have nooks and crannies in our home sweet homes. But what earns a nook its name? And what constitutes a cranny? We'll turn the corner on this question and crack open the answer when we return.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
There is a difference in the definition of a nook and a cranny. A nook has the knack of being a corner, while a cranny is considered a crack. So when you look in every nook and cranny, you come across every corner and consider every crevice as a possible place for your absent item.
Outside, signs of spring are springing up all over. But what about inside? If your home decor designs need a little bit of updating, Kim Ausbury is here to help. Kim is a professional stager and the owner of Staged and Styled. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lori.
So we're going to refresh, renew, and redecorate, right? So
that's right.
Where do we start?
We start with refresh, and that means decluttering and cleaning. You know, in winter we hibernate, and so our stuff tends to pile up and accumulate around us. And so the goal is to remove anything you no longer need or use in each room of your home. You can donate those items, give them to friends or family. You can repurpose them or just throw them away. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but it really does help to lighten up our homes. And it also lifts our spirits when we get rid of some things. And it also helps us prepare for the next step, because you can't bring anything new in if you're drowning in all the old stuff.
That's
so
probably
now's
true.
the time to clean out those closets, go through your cupboards, your medicine cabinets, get rid of old prescriptions, expired food, old cosmetics, etc.
Okay, so once we've got the clean out done, then we're doing the spring cleaning to get behind everything now, right?
That's right. And a good place to start would be to clean your windows, and clean those windows inside and out. And don't forget to clean the windowsills. A lot of dirt collects there over the winter. Dusting is also important. So in order to not miss anything, it's always good to start at the top of your room and work your way to the bottom. Okay. Another suggestion that I have is also recommending washing or dry cleaning all your fabrics. And that would be your bedding, your pillows, or your window treatments. And then use an antibacterial cleaner to wipe down all the surfaces in your kitchen or your bathrooms. And one of my favorites is Pink Grapefruit by Method.
Over here, right?
That's exactly right. It will leave your room smelling like a grapefruit, which is so yummy this time of year. Another one of my favorite products is Barkeeper's Friend, and I don't know that a lot of people have really heard of this product, but it is really great for removing scuff marks or other kinds of marks on porcelain sinks, and it polishes metal sinks really nicely.
Oh, okay. So now we're finished refreshing everything. Now is it time to renew?
Yes, and there are so many different ways we can do that. First, it's so simple. Just open up your windows and let the fresh air come in. There's nothing like a breath of fresh air to lift your mood, and it won't cost you anything to do that. Next, you can do something as simple as switching out your regular drinking glasses for mason jars. Mason jars are very trendy right now, and your kids or your grandkids will think you're kind of cool for drinking out of a mason jar. And for an easy accent, if you found some old books while you were decluttering, just take the covers off of those, stack them up, and tie them with twine. And then you can use these to display on shelves or tables or as part of a larger arrangement. Or maybe you found some old bottles when you were decluttering. Just clean those up and group them together, and you can put them in a window box planter or on a tray and use that as a centerpiece. And if you add some flowers, it'll really start to look like spring. Maybe you are lucky enough to have one of those gallon glass apple cider jugs. Not everybody has them, but if you do, you are very fortunate. And these are great for displaying cut forsythia branches when they start to bloom.
All right. Final step, redecorate.
Right. Spring is all about lightening up, and so we want to have our furniture and our furnishings more airy and light. So my first tip would be to replace heavy bedding or winter blankets with new sheets and a duvet cover in like spring colors, pink, green, yellows, or blues. Switch out your heavy rugs for natural fiber rugs. And you can also lighten up your windows with linens, cotton, or sheer curtains. You can also replace your fur or knitted pillows with fun patterned or striped pillows in spring colors.
All right, so now we have to also talk about ways to color your world that you're living in.
Yes, that is right. Sherwin-Williams and Benjamin Moore each chose a shade of white as their color of the year. Sherwin-Williams chose alabaster and Benjamin Moore chose simply white. So you could paint all of your rooms white and that would certainly brighten things up.
Absolutely.
But why not just add white accents? White can be infused into any color palette and it works beautifully. And another trend we're seeing this spring is gold. Believe it or not, it's back.
Okay.
So add a touch of gold, and you can do this in the form of a tray, a piece of art, or an accessory. And gold, like white, can be infused into any color story.
Sure.
And so for my final tip, paint your front door a color that you really love, one that makes you happy. And then add a peel-on saying like welcome or hello. And
like we've got right here.
Exactly.
It says welcome spring, I think, on it.
Yes. And then you and your guests will feel happy when they arrive at your home.
All right, these are great tips. Out with the old, in with the new. Follow Kim's tips to hone in on your home for a fresh new start to a new season. Thanks to Kim for sharing these renewing, refreshing, and redecorating ideas.
Call Staged and Styled at 234-678-0836 to learn more, or visit their website, www.stagedandstyled.com. Next, when a downturn has an upside. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Chow down on a variety of chili at the Beasts and Brews event at Crocker Park, Saturday, April 23rd from 1 to 5 p.m. This Chili Fest is only $5 and supports the North Union Farmers Market. Once you've tasted all the competition, cast your vote for the best chili in Cuyahoga County. Need to fill up on more information? Call 216-751-7656 or log on to www.northunionfarmersmarket.org.
Timing is tricky when transferring funds from an IRA to a Roth IRA. If you aren't careful, it could cost you more than if you waited a while. Here, just in time to help, is Mark Nader. Mark is a financial advisor with the Lineweaver Financial Group. There we go. So, quick update first. There's IRA and there's Roth IRA. So what are the differences?
The primary differences between the two are the tax aspects. With traditional IRAs, the tax benefits are on the front end. When you make contributions, in most cases, those contributions are tax deductible unless you have very high income. Now, when you take money out of a traditional IRA, it's taxed at ordinary income rates, and those ordinary income rates can go up to 39.6%. With a traditional IRA, you're also forced to take money out. It's required minimum distributions that start at age 70 and a half.
Okay. How about then the Roth IRA?
Roth IRA is just the opposite. There are no tax benefits when you make contributions. Those are not deductible, but those assets grow in the account. And if you take the money out of the account after it's been there for 5 years and you are age 59 and a half, which are called qualified distributions, it is tax-free. Okay. Tax-free is a thing of beauty.
So it sounds like you basically have to decide if you want to pay taxes up front or at the end.
That's exactly right. Now, a lot of people have money in traditional IRAs, but they think that the Roth IRA long-term is a better idea for them. So they have the option of transferring money from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA. That's called an IRA conversion.
Okay, but that sounds like it's actually kind of a distribution to something different, so doesn't that mean you're going to get taxed?
It's not kind of like a distribution. For tax purposes, it is a distribution. Right. So those distributions create taxable income. The good news of a drop in the value of your IRA is that it might save you money.
Ooh, saving money is good. So But why is that good? Why is a drop in the value of a traditional good when you're trying to transfer things into a Roth?
If the value of your IRA is dropped and you decide to convert some of those monies to a Roth IRA, it might prevent you from moving into a higher tax bracket. It also might lower your tax liability. So if you're in the 28% tax bracket, you've got about $75,000 in room before you move into the 33% tax bracket. You could convert $75,000 from a traditional IRA into a Roth IRA, and you know that your tax bill would be about 28% of that conversion amount. Might take a little bit longer if you've got a very large IRA. It might take a number of years to convert it, but you at least know what your tax liability is going to be.
Okay, so do you have some number examples here for us?
I do. All right, so let's say that you have a $75,000 IRA, you're thinking about converting it, but unfortunately the market has declined. The account value has dropped to $60,000. That $15,000 drop in the account value at a 25% tax rate will save you $3,750 in federal income taxes. The challenge is watching the market as it progresses and trying to time your conversion when the IRA is dropped in value.
So what if you time it wrong?
Well, the IRS gives you a mulligan. They allow you to do it over through something called a recharacterization. A recharacterization is an unwinding of your conversion of funds from an IRA to a Roth IRA. The IRS says if the timing wasn't good, if you just change your mind, you can take the funds from your Roth IRA, move them back to your IRA. If you convert money now, you have until October 1st of 2017. That's the due date of your tax return plus all extensions to roll the money back.
Wow, good. Mulligans are good too. You know the saying, timing is everything. If you're thinking of transferring your IRA into a Roth IRA, take time to understand all of the ins and outs. And for help, give Mark a call. His number's next.
For more information, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or click to www.lineweaver.net. Next, ensuring your best health. It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we're going to show you how to strengthen those ever-important shoulder muscles. You ready to go?
I am absolutely ready to go.
Let's do it. We have exercise bands here. This is called a front raise using our exercise band. What we're going to do is we're going to step on the center of the band. Okay, we want to again offset our feet so that way we make sure we stay nice and balanced. Maintain very good posture. All we're going to do is simply bring the handle of the band up to about shoulder height and then lower it back down to your thigh, okay? Again, we're looking for 15 to 20 repetitions on this one. Use slow and controlled movements and make sure you're breathing. How you feeling, Lori?
Oh, that's tough.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
and
that's
actually,
a good
Lori
one.
is doing a very good variation of this exercise where she's using both arms together. So you can do either individually or like Lori's doing here, you can do them both together.
Cut time in half.
That's right, fantastic. All right, everybody, 12 to 15, 2 to 3 sets. And now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
While Original Medicare covers many healthcare expenses, it doesn't cover everything. And co-payments and deductibles and even regular vision and dental screenings can really add up. So what's a healthcare consumer to do? Abby O'Brien has some suggestions. Abby is the Director of Broker Sales, Individual and Government Programs at Medical Mutual of Ohio. Welcome back to the show.
Great to be here, thanks.
So what are our options for taking care of these uncovered expenses?
Sure, so there are options in the market for Medicare consumers that are looking for ways to either fill those gaps or cover some additional services that Medicare doesn't cover. So there are really two types. There's Medicare supplements that supplement Original Medicare and cover that 20% that isn't covered. And then there's Medicare Advantage plans. And those are an alternative way to accessing your Original Medicare coverage.
Okay. And there's differences between the two, I assume. So
there are.
let's start with the Medicare supplement plans.
Sure. So the Medicare supplement plan, again, is going to cover those gaps that original Medicare does not cover. So you'll still have your parts A and B, and it's going to fill in, again, that 20% that isn't covered, and your deductibles. And there's the nice thing about Medicare supplements is they are uniform company to company. Okay. The biggest advantage to a Medicare supplement is it allows you to access any provider or doctor that accepts original Medicare. So for flexibility, that gives a nice advantage, so you don't have to worry about a network.
Okay, so how about prescription drug coverage, though?
So prescription drug coverage is not covered in original Medicare and is not covered in a Medicare supplement. So you would want to go purchase a standalone Part D prescription plan if you were going the Medicare supplement or Medigap route.
Okay, so then how do Medicare Advantage plans work and differ?
So Medicare Advantage plans are run by private insurance companies like Medical Mutual, and we have flexibility to structure those plans and build different benefits. You're definitely going to see more of a copay structure. So it's a different way to access that care. But in general, the same basic covered services as original Medicare are going to be covered in those Medicare Advantage plans. One nice feature with Medicare Advantage plans is that we can add additional benefits like dental, vision, prescription coverage.
Okay.
But they do have a network, so that's an important decision that you have to make. Are you willing to stay within that network? Is your doctor in that network if you're going to go into the Medicare Advantage route and maybe take advantage of some of those additional benefits that you get?
Right. Well, there's a trade-off in both of them sense. So how about the Medicare Part D thing that we talked about? For original, you needed to have that. How about with the Advantage plans?
So with the Advantage plans, the Part D is almost always built in. So it's nice to have one plan that's going to cover your Medicare A and B services, your prescription coverage, and maybe some extra things like dental and vision as well.
Okay, some choices have to be made here. Medicare supplement plans and Medicare Advantage plans are not the same. When deciding on which option is best for you, be sure you understand the differences, and then you can decide which one has the best advantages for you and your health situation. My thanks to Abby O'Brien for a clear comparison.
Thank you.
Find out more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by visiting www.medmutual.com/go or call 1-844-606-5387. Next, ending abuse.
Here at Metro Health, you know you matter when it matters most. Here, we are the city's best at preparing for the world's worst. Here, we are the only verified burn center in Ohio for adults and children. Here, you'll find exceptional clinicians with extraordinary hearts. So the work we do here at Metro Health makes an impact here, out here, and right here. Metro Health, we're here for you, for all of you.
We've talked before about elder financial scams. Seniors can also be abused or neglected in many other ways. Many reside in nursing homes, and in one study of 2,000 nursing home residents, 44% reported abuse, and 95% had seen another resident abused or had been abused themselves. Here to discuss this terrible problem in more detail is my law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hello, Lori.
So what's involved in nursing home abuse?
Well, you have several types. You have physical abuse, where someone might be hit or pinched, or or even sexual abuse. So you can have that, and you can have psychological abuse, which is much harder to find. Someone has been yelled at or humiliated. You can have financial abuse, where someone at the facility or a caregiver, someone is using the patient's credit card or writing checks from their account, taking money from them. You can even have neglect. It might not even be intentional. Maybe the place is short-staffed, and they just ignore the person. So you can have all sorts of abuses like that. And this can come from the facility staff. People can come from other patients, or even, unfortunately, some of the loved ones visiting the person.
Okay. Now, these are happening in nursing homes. How is it that that's possible? I mean, aren't nursing homes regulated and licensed and investigated?
Well, they are, but the GAO, Government Accounting Office, did a survey, and they find that 70% of the nursing homes, when they're inspected, they miss at least one event, and 15% they miss something that's pretty tragic that can happen, that can really harm someone. out of every one they catch, there are 5 abuse situations they don't catch, and it's 3/4 of these are by caregivers. So it's you have to be very careful about it.
It's really shocking to think that caregivers in particular could be causing this kind of thing. What happens to the residents as a result of this abuse?
Well, if it's physical abuse, they might, broken bones, or they get infections, or dehydrated because they're not getting enough fluids, or they have weight loss, or sometimes you'll notice that their appearance is deteriorating. Those are sort of things that, they're very obvious. The less obvious ones are, they change their behavior. They're not talking to people. They have depression or maybe digestive problems. It's that sort of stuff. And this costs not only the physical harm to the patient, but it costs the nation, because the national health bill goes up by over $5 billion because of all these bad things that are happening.
Man. So what can these abused patients and their families really do?
Well, first of all, you should do something immediately. You should contact, the director of the nursing at that facility, the administrator of the facility. If you're not happy with those answers, then contact, the local adult protective services. Even if you're happy, you might want to contact them to see if they can help. The other option is there's a long-term care ombudsman available, and these phone numbers are supposed to be posted at the facility, so you should be able to find them relatively easily. You can also contact the local area agency on aging. They might be able to give you some assistance. So those are all places to look to find out. And the other thing is, before you even go into the facility, even before you put your loved one in the facility, check it out in advance. I think we're doing a show next week on some of these on how to choose a facility.
That's right. Good advice. Elder abuse and neglect in nursing facilities is sad and unfortunately all too common. Be vigilant in watching out for the safety of your loved ones, and take action if you see any problems. As Mike said, tune in next week to get pointers on picking a perfect facility, or call him for more information.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information, or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, AARP is working for us right here in Ohio. We'll update you on their efforts. We'll help you take the stage for your Act 3 with a star-studded smile. And we're at bat to bring home our nation's ballparks and their most memorable moments. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV, or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.